Good morning, and welcome to the Mayor's Weekly. We're so pleased to have you with us.
Since work is already underway on the fiber loop around Jasper, we take another look at how it came about.
We'll allow this city to take a major step into the 21st century. And joining me this morning is Britton Lights from Alabama Power Company. Britton, pleased to have you with us. And what I can tell you, without Alabama Power Company, this would not happen. And when I say allow this city to take a giant step into the 21st century, that is real. The dividends that will pay, the benefits that'll bring are really beyond our grasp, and certainly beyond my grasp. I'm not a tech guru, but my research and things I've seen, I do have some sense of just how big that is. Britton, this morning, and we will have several sessions about this fiber loop that's going to be installed and get into the more minute details of it. But Britton, could you give the people just kind of a general overview?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. I appreciate the opportunity to come and be here with you. What we will do is Alabama Power. We've had fiber on our system for years, mostly on our transmission lines since the 80s. And what we are going to do going forward in cities is we're going to be installing fiber on what we call our distribution lines, which are the smaller poles that you see running through your neighborhoods, through your cities, and that will increase our reliability and our resiliency of the system tenfold, and will really help the customers, our customers, see a much better, a more reliable product that will help them reduce the time that they have outages when the power goes out. And in doing that, we're going to be installing quite a few miles, around 40 at this point, 41.
41 miles of
roughly.
Okay.
Right now, 41 miles of installation of fiber in Jasper, and that's the initial couple of phases. It will probably grow. It'll get outside the set city limits some with the initial 2 phases. But what that will do is will increase the reliability of the system, help the customers, and a byproduct of that is additional fiber strands that we can take and we can lease out to a broadband provider, and we will not be providing broadband or internet service to any customers. We're doing it strictly for our system and the benefit of our customers. But we will lease some of those strands of fiber to the customers, to Spire. Spire will take those strands and build their own fiber infrastructure, and they will attach to our fiber lines that we'll have connected and provide up to gigabit speed fiber internet. Spire also provides TV, phone. They have their full telecommunication company. But the biggest benefit to Jasper will be them providing that broadband speed, that gigabit speed internet service.
Well, Britton, and what we talk about today, the scope of the work that will be done by Spire is not a part of what we're talking about now. That stacks on top. I think we know that they'll probably end up with an office here in Jasper and have support personnel, maybe that sort of thing. Is that correct?
They'll definitely have support personnel, and depending on how many customers they have and their need to service those customers, they very well could put an office here or something on those lines. But that's just going to be based off the demand from the customers.
And what I've told people, and I hope I've been accurate in my statements to them, with the completion of this and Spire on the ground and whatever, the people of this city will have access to technology that will be on par with that of much, much larger cities. Is that correct?
100%, yes. Up in North Alabama, several years back, they coined the phrase gig city. I believe that was in Huntsville. We will have that same benefit here in Jasper as a gig city in Jasper with the installation of this broadband, this fiber. But that'll put us on par with Huntsville, with Montgomery, Birmingham, your larger metropolitan areas, absolutely.
Well, as you've heard me share, Brett and I built a relationship with Mayor Tommy Battle, the mayor of Huntsville, and as we talked about the pieces that have made Huntsville so successful, and you look at the core pieces, what I hear the mayor there say, that the core of the core pieces is technology. And what Mayor Battle shared with me is that, David, you have to be able to meet the needs of the broad spectrum of business, whether it be high-tech manufacturing, in his case education, University of Alabama, Huntsville, healthcare, that sort of thing. And you also have to be able to meet the expectations of people that might consider living in your city, because working remotely is becoming a bigger thing by the day. I read financial news every day, and I enjoy it, and I think it's important to do that. But just a few days ago, I was reading an article about the jobs that are going to grow rapidly in calendar year 2020, and the vast majority of those jobs are jobs that can be done remotely. And with this build out, then if a person wanted to live in Jasper and could, under an arrangement with their employer, if they were in Tokyo, they could live here and work remotely.
With the infrastructure that will be in place, there will be nothing left on the, left out that they will not be able to work from home, from a commercial development, from education to economic development, your largest industrial customers. They will have access to this infrastructure that will allow them to work anywhere and communicate with anybody throughout the world. Absolutely.
Britton, touch on this just a second, and your time with Alabama Power Company, you've seen this. How important this is to our city in our effort to recruit industry.
Well, like I said a while ago, this will allow you to connect with anybody in the world, and a lot of the economic development, the industry that are here in Jasper are Japanese, a couple of Japanese companies. There's been other companies from throughout the world that have looked here. This will allow them to have anything that they need to communicate with their home office, wherever that may be.
Well, they may come and look, and they may decide not to come to Jasper, but after this build-out is complete, if their decision is to not come to Jasper, it will not be driven by the lack of technology.
That is correct.
And that's a great position to be in.
That's right. The technology will be in place. That will not be a factor at all for them not selecting Jasper.
Now, Britton, we'll wrap up on this and your experience at Alabama Power Company. We're a city of 14,500 people. As maybe you look across the southeastern United States, would you say the majority of cities our size are not equipped with these technology capabilities?
The vast majority of the cities Jasper size that do not have this technology.
Right, good. Well, we want to give you a glimpse of what's coming. Britton, I think you told me that build out may be 15 months. It might come a little quicker or maybe a little longer, but it's about to get underway, I believe. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. I mean, the build out is starting as we speak. The planning's been in place for a long time, and there's been engineering done on the jobs, on the first phase especially, so the project will get underway soon.
Good. Britton, I thank you so much for joining us this morning, and what I'll tell you as we move forward, as we learn more, as we know more, we'll have other segments about the fiber loop and what it means to this city. And again, pleased to have you with us, and as always, if you have questions about what we've talked about today or any other subject that relates to the city, send them our way and we'll get you an answer. So we'll look forward to being with you next week. Thank you.